I'm Chris Cuomo. Welcome back to NewsNation's Town Hall. President Trump is 100 days plus into his second administration. We're taking a look at what's working, what needs to be done better, and why. Great guests tonight, perspective across the spectrum. Bill O'Reilly, Stephen A. Smith, Ronna McDaniel, Chris Sununu have been here. We had Steve Bannon. We had James Carville. O'Reilly, you know, kind of got out of line with Carville a little bit.
He deserved it.
And once it sunk in, he left. And we had Patrick Bet-David. And now we're doing something for you, if you just switched over from wherever else you were watching us or listening to us, that only happens on NewsNation. And I only say that because it's not easy, okay? There's one guarantee in political coverage right now. Members of the two parties do not want to be on at the same time, okay? Now, my show at NewsNation has made this a priority because I know you need to see it, okay? You need to see that Republicans and Democrats can talk. They may not agree, but they can be on the screen at the same time. Pretty low bar, but if you think about it, there's no other show where you're going to see it. We do it here, and I'm very grateful for it, all right? Joining me now are two friends of this show. I respect them both, okay? Massachusetts Democrat member of Congress, Jake Auchincloss, and Georgia Republican member of Congress, Dr. Rich McCormick. To those who are watching for the first time, I want to say to you guys, you've done this consistently, and you do it well, and I thank you for it. You are showing people that you can disagree without being disagreeable. So thank you both. So I'll start with you, Jake. What we've been talking about, I don't know if you heard the president's interview, but he was basically saying, look, somebody's got to save the country from these trade imbalances and America getting taken advantage of. It's not going to be easy. It may not be quick. There may be some pain, but it had to be done. Your response?
Chris, thanks for having me on. Rick, it's nice to be with you again. Chris, I have a trade imbalance with my grocery store. It doesn't mean my grocery store is taking advantage of me. The president is using talking points to obscure the fact that he has broken his core campaign promise. His core campaign promise was, I'm going to be good on the economy. He's been bad on the economy. The economy contracted this last quarter. If it does that again next quarter, it'll be a recession, the first man-made recession in American history. And there's every indication that it will. Price expectations are surging. Private sector employment is contracting. And we've got Walmart and Dollar General CEOs saying that their customers don't have enough money to last until the end of the month. The president is failing on the economy right now.
How do you see it, Doc?
I disagree. First of all, I just came from a lectureship at the Library of Congress. They were talking about Reagan. They were talking about what a great president, what he did for America. One of the greatest things that Reagan did when he came in after the end of the Carter administration is give back America its mojo. Make you proud to be an American. Stand up to the bad guys. Talk about responsible government. Talk about common sense government where you don't have 10 million people coming across the southern border, where you're not ashamed to make money, where you're not relying on class warfare and racial baiting to make your point, to pay off people that vote for you. Those days are over. Those days of hiring people for millions and billions of dollars to do the wrong thing here in America and overseas are over. We're going back to accountability. I think that's something America wanted. That's what they voted for. That's what they're going to get. Whether the economy falters or not in the short term, look at us in about a year. That's when we're going to be able to tell. That's when the midterms are going to reflect on everything that happens. Because when you have 70 countries come to the table and say, let's have 0 tariffs, that is a huge win for America.
Jake?
Chris, my friend from Georgia just set the world indoor record for MAGA talking points. I'm glad that he thinks people shouldn't be ashamed to make money. I agree. This is capitalism. The good news is no one's going to be ashamed because no one's making any money. $4.6 trillion have been wiped off the value of the stock market under President Trump's tenure. Okay, that's people's retirement accounts. That's how they save for their kids' college educations. That's how they ensure that they have financial freedom as they enter their golden years. And it's gone because him and Howard Lutnick put together a PowerPoint slide calculated with first grade math. Nobody in this world is taking us seriously right now. Russia is laughing at us across the negotiating table. China can't even figure out what the tariffs mean. And Japan and Australia and our allies in Europe are wringing their hands wondering what happened to the country they used to be able to rely upon. Meanwhile, the cost of a vehicle in this country is going to go up by $7,500 with nothing to show for it.
All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.